Thousands of the blessings I receive.
Hey, my people, I greet you plenty.
My name.
That I wanna have, you know, that I understand you, babe. Now you gon'
Hey, my people, I greet you plenty.
My name na Chika Okeke.
My name na Uwi Balogun.
My name na Damilola Banire. My name na Moyo Faraway Ahmed. If you also call me Moyo, listen.
And this na Abigail.
And I dare on top of you, Pigeon.
I'm gonna bring you bass, boost.
I don't get person will be single mother before. He carry another man show say now my husband be this.
This na wetin you want.
After that day, the man
No go see am again. If you snooze, you lose. If you miss this show, you miss out. On top this our show, I not dey gree for anybody. When you dey find the husband, you not see sign say the guy smart, you don't vex, don't give signs.
If they look for person, we will give them to you.
I've had it for a
First
very
season?
I've had it for a very long time in my watch list. Very, very long time. But while I was talking with somebody, I don't know, just told me, look, just start it, just because there's so much to watch.
Layers.
There's so much, yes.
If you want to talk about what I need, what everyone knows, but it's about which one, So I was like, okay, let's just start it. And there's something he said. He said, look, from the beginning, it's not a slow build. From
not
the beginning, it is boo, boo, boo. And what? Legit. Like from the beginning, I was like the first. I was like, it's okay now. And then, so yeah.
They kept hitting. So the challenge is when it started, it came out at the time that Game of Thrones was wrapping up.
Okay, yeah, true, because it's just 2 seasons old.
And it just felt like there was too much competition for the airtime. But now, I think people are cooling off.
There's still, the competition is mad.
No, it is. I think
2-3 major streaming platforms, and they
everybody's
are dropping
trying
content
to
back to back. Have local content that you can easily get to access on these platforms. There is money available, and which is where I go to the fact that money is not the number one problem. Yes, because as much as money is available
locally now.
Yes, locally. Locally. We still see a lot. There's still that thing that a lot of it is just like, hey, come on. Now there's money. Why are you putting up this kind of thing? You should be cleaning up, because you see, paying attention to detail, like you say, it's the small things that really matter, especially when the money is there. It's not the big things, it's the small things.
The little things.
Little things.
Of course, especially in production.
Exactly. But there's another one I'll recommend to you, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, with Donald Glover in it. You need to
Should I say what? Should I say?
No.
Yeah.
Don't say it.
Please tell me to say it.
No.
Let me do that. Please tell me to say it.
Say it.
Rubbish.
No, it's not. It's not. It's deep. You're not deep enough.
Wow.
You're not deep enough to understand.
Okay, that's the excuse they use.
But at this point, before Mike rains on my parade, let's see what the weather's going to be.
What? Don't try. Good morning. The news on Wake Up Nigeria. I am Mike Messikeno. The West African Examinations Council, WAEC, has released results for its 2024 Senior Secondary Certificate Examination for school candidates. The 2024 WASC was held for a period of 7 weeks and 6 days, spanning April 30th to June 24. Out of the total number of candidates that sat the exam in Nigeria, which is 1,685,889, 93.39% have all their papers processed and released, while 119,327 candidates, representing 6.61%, have some subjects still being processed. Amos Josiah Dangote, head of WAEC Nigeria, said the results of 215,267 candidates, representing 11.92% of the total, are being withheld in connection with various reported cases of examination malpractice.
All cases of examination malpractice as schools, supervisors, teachers, and candidates perpetrating this evil are not helping the educational system. All hands must therefore be on deck to sanitize the system. As WAS for School Candidates 2024 results are being uploaded on the results website, candidates should, after checking the result online, apply for their digital certificate, which will be released 48 hours thereafter. Candidates who have fulfilled their financial obligations to the Council can access their results on the Council's results website, www.waecdirect.org.
The last may not have been heard on the viral video of a female traveler seen destroying a Nigerian standard passport at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos. This is as the Nigerian Immigration Service say they have launched a formal investigation following the circulation of a video on social media. A statement signed by the service public relations officer stated that the woman has been identified and invited for further investigation. According to the statement, if the allegations are substantiated, her actions would have constituted a breach of Section 10B of the Immigration Act 2015 as amended, with corresponding penalties outlined under Section 10H of the same Act. The Nigerian Immigration Service remains steadfast in its commitments to upholding the provisions of the Immigration Act in the interest of national security and to preserving the dignity and integrity of the nation's legal instruments. Ukraine's top commander has said Kiev's forces control 1,000 square kilometers of Russian territory as they begin to press their biggest cross-border incursion in 2.5 years of full-scale war. Commander Alexander Syrsky said Ukraine continued to conduct an offensive operation in the Kursk region 7 days after it began. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky said Russia had brought war to others and now it was coming back to Russia. But Russian leader Vladimir Putin described the offensive as a major provocation and ordered Russian forces to kick the enemy out of her territory. A growing number of people have been evacuated from the western Russian region for their safety, with a further 59,000 told to leave. The local governor said some 28 villages in the area had fallen to Ukrainian forces, that 12 civilians had been killed, and that the situation remains difficult. Ukrainian troops launched their surprise attack last Tuesday, advancing up to 18 miles into Russian territory. Well, let's take some sporting stories. Arsenal's Bukayo Saka and Chelsea's Cole Palmer have been nominated for the Professional Footballers Associated Men's Young Player of the Year award. Saka, who won the award in 2022-23, scored 16 goals and provided 9 assists from the wing in the Premier League last season. Palmer joined Chelsea from Manchester City, scoring 22 goals and registering 11 assists in an impressive campaign for the Blues. Manchester United duo of Kobe Mainoo and Alejandro Garnacho, Brighton and Hove Albion's João Pedro and former Crystal Palace player Michael Olise complete the nominees. In the women's category, Chelsea's Lauren James leads the list of nominees as goalkeeper Keaton makes the list, having conceded the fewest goals in the league. Forward Aggie Beaver Jones, a defender Maya Lee Tasia, midfielders Jess Parker and Grace Clinton have all been nominated for the award. The award winners will be announced on the 20th of August. This one is long. Atletico Madrid have completed an £82 million deal to sign Argentine.
Attention, finance professionals and enthusiasts. Get ready to take your finance career to the next level.
Introducing the Account Tech Summit, hosted by the Techie Accountant, an initiative of the Lefort Foundation.
Join us for this groundbreaking event that is designed to revolutionize the finance industry and empower finance professionals in the digital age. Over 6 years, we've graduated over 1,000 professionals. Don't miss your chance to be part of this transformative experience taking place on August 15, 2024. At the prestigious 4 Points by Sheraton, Plot 910, Block 2, Oniru Chieftaincy Estate, Victoria Island, Lagos. Join finance professionals, entrepreneurs, policymakers, and more on a day of immersive learning, networking, and innovation. Register now and join us at the forefront.
Will need to be registered by midday on Thursday to be available for Manchester United's opening Premier League match against Fulham on Friday. The Leeds spent 2 seasons at Bayern Munich, playing 73 times and scoring 5 goals. The Dutchman will be United's second centre-back signing of the summer after the £59 million arrival of Lenny Yoro. Of course, Lenny Yoro has been injured and he'll be out for at least 3 months. Now that's it on sports and of course the news for the hour. We will take a recess. We will be back after this time out.
As the morning light filters in, the Max Breakfast kickstarts your day from the bedside.
We bring you the morning vibe and plenty of ginger to start your day right.
Join us on the Max Breakfast as we help you sing your day one step at a time. On Max Hits, we've got the ultimate playlist for you. We give you back-to-back.
And all the biggest news from the world of entertainment. Only a Max Hits.
Area! Waiting the apple, waiting the top. You need to award winning waiting the 102.3 Max FM.
Lagos, Nigeria, you're welcome to the Max Drive.
Whether you're there for inside motor, you're there for inside traffic, we're there for you with a Max.
Late nights on Max FM is where we help you connect the dots and put you in that place where you are ready to do it right.
We are dishing out the top hits of the week, counting down the biggest songs on your radio.
Let's go. Right now.
On Max Sports, we bring to you sporting events happening all around the world.
It's not just sports, it's entertainment.
You know what it is. It's the Max House Party. King Dion, DJ Charlie Shee. Let's go!
We are your go-to for hit music, entertainment, and top-notch radio all day, every day. 102.3 Max FM. Hit music for Lagos.
Hello and hello there. Welcome to our show for today. My name is Zed, personal trainer here with iFitness, and today I'll be putting you through a simple animal flow routine to help you improve your strength, balance, flexibility, mobility, and a host of other benefits, okay? Now enough with the talking, let's get to working. So first off, we're going straight all the way down into our squat. And a bridge. And back in. And open up. One more, all the way in. Make sure to reach, extend, open those legs, and back up. And we come down and into the beast position. Okay, straight up from here. So now from this position, we'll be going straight into switches. So take right leg forward, okay, arm up, and draw leg in and out. Back in, down, leg goes in, left leg forward, draw arm in, leg goes in, lock out, back in, down, and out. Back and forward, back and in. Back, lip, forward, back, lip, in. Perfect. Do that a couple of times, definitely going to feel the burn. Now we're going straight down to the side kick throughs. So we'll stay down, Leg goes to the side, pull in and open up. Back down, left leg's down. Pull in and open up. Simple, down and up, down and up, down, up, down and up. And we back down into our sitting position. Use this position to breathe, recover, breathe and recover. Next up, we're going down into the beast position, moving into our next transition. Okay? So we stand here. Legs goes back from the plank position, come in and pull out into the scorpion reach. Pull leg in. Left leg in, reach, stand. Pull leg in. Okay, that's our show for today. A very simple routine. So do this a couple of rounds. You're definitely going to feel the burn, definitely going to get hot, and definitely going to feel good.
All eyes on me when I enter the party.
Wow. Interesting that you should.
But you know easy, yeah. Oh.
Wow.
So they sing and they dance and the people they rejoice, yeah. My brother, my sister, no be today.
Wow.
If you good, if you bad, they make you the tanga the yeah. Papa God now your handwork, yeah. Yeah,
and do karaoke now. You will run.
One of the many songs that P Square have made popular over the years, and I dare say, in fact, going by some records, as at that time, probably one of Africa's biggest acts ever. You know,
brands.
And it's just been going. The whole story has been going back and forth. Some people are tired, some are not tired, and all that. But just some recent revelations by Peter of P Square, which he revealed in 2 open letters yesterday, have rocked social media. In fact, Twitter is all buzzing, people with different opinions and different stuff and all of that. But apparently, the major thing here is about what's the word I use now? What's the word I use now? Should I say stealing or what? I don't know. But then he has accused his brother, who, according to him,
which
has
one of the brothers
accepted as Jude, the elder brother, of siphoning their money, and a lot of it, millions of dollars and hundreds of millions of naira from their royalties, or as it were, their catalog, into another company run by Jude and his wife, and all of that, in connivance with Paul. You know, and because Paul had come out to mention that his brother took him to EFCC. Because we saw a video of them earlier on at a table somewhere in some sort of office going at each other. And that was how all of this went on. So, you know, that's what social media is all buzzing now.
I wanted to just mention the fact that the open letter that came out in the morning yesterday was extremely heartfelt. It was well written, detailed, and there are a lot of fans that have had so many questions, and he hadn't come out to speak before. Whereas, I'm talking about Mr. P now. He hadn't come out to speak before, but his brother Paul, aka Rude Boy, had done numerous interviews, gone online a few times to say, you know, all sorts of things. One of the key things being, you know, he's written a lot of the songs. He's essentially the brains behind the music. And of course, Peter has always been known to be the one with the steps, the moves, the dance, of which he also said in that open letter that, you know, ever since they became Mr. P and Rude Boy, they've not sold out to the stadiums like the way they were when they were P Square, you know. And he was so emotional. I actually felt for him when I read that first letter. The details you just gave now is the second part of it, where, you know, the EFCC actually came into this whole conversation. But there was something else he said. He said that based on all the things his brother had said about him, that they weren't going to hate Peter. they were going to hate both of them because they, as a group, as a team, as a brand, had failed the fans. And I actually feel like a lot of fans felt that way for a long time. Like, you guys should just sort out your issues and come out and give us good music. That's what we really want. You know?
They were unable to do that. But the major thing now is, how does an elder brother decide to embezzle funds in that way and like do that kind of thing? So that's where social media is all buzzing around.
Yeah.
Sibling rivalry, as it were. Can you go that deep? Can you go that far? How far can you go to swindle your sibling, as it were?
Blood.
How far can you go? You know, and that's where social media is all buzzing. And I don't know, it's a bit hard to take in and all of that. I'll look at it, but man.
Is it really?
Okay, yeah.
Is it really? So, anyways, my retort to that, not retort, anyways, my response, let's say response to that, talking about now sibling and family issues and all of that, I'll honestly say that I'm fond of saying this, right? Now, when I say sometimes people are like, oh, okay, you can be like, I'm like, see, in the end of the day, when you're thinking about certain things, right, you think of the fact that, fine, you have family. I'm not saying some people's family have literally been the best thing that could ever happen to them in their lives. However, some people have actually felt, had several difficult things and situations from family members, especially from family members. I keep on saying that family, they didn't choose you. Neither did you choose family, right? It was given to you. You just came and realized that, okay, this one is...
We're told.
Exactly. Do you understand? The family that really matters, the way I see it, is the family you actually choose based on the way like people relate with you and relate with them and all of that. So to be honest, I'm not totally surprised that, this could actually happen from like family, like blood and all of that. Talking about twin, because someone literally said, oh, money and women can literally separate even twins. And I'm like, it's not about the twinness of it all. In the end of the day, it's about the person and who the person actually is. Do you understand? And I'm like, literally, and that's why I think I would drag it to the situation where people are trying to set up business and they're like, oh, okay, who is my family member? Yeah, come and sit on the board. Come on, family business. That, for me, I think that is the reddest flag of it all. Do you understand? Yes. I understand that in the generations have passed. You watch different movies and you see Asian movies.
The Italian concept of family.
About family beats, and you see how the plot things to even kill from father to child to second born. So it is literally, and as much as you want to say, okay, fine, this is family, you guys meant to do this together. People, the heart of man is desperately wicked, whether you're family or not. When it's a situation where someone needs to get ahead, they will do whatever it takes, to be honest. And we need to also understand that even with family, the rivalry begins from small. From a situation of, oh, there's a first child, and this one realized that, okay, second child now comes, the attention has drifted, there's corner eye. So there's a whole lot of things that's happening even from that time. My issue sorry, just to mention this, and there's also a situation where, you see twin brothers who are not twins, first of all, they're not fine, they're not talented, you're not there as the elder brother. They're not looking, they're not singing and dancing. Everybody, I don't see how it doesn't. Do you understand?
My issue with all of this is there were a lot of fingers being pointed at the women in their lives before now. And I wanted to say this, that I feel like it's been quite unfair on social media to the wives. The wives of the twins have gotten so many blows and hits on this matter. And I'm just so pleased that, with this information we're getting, I'm just such a big fan of Lola, of Anita, as the information coming from Mr. P's side, at least, is what we have now right here. And it shows that there's a lot more to the story than before.
Paul has spoken before, and when Paul spoke, he did not mention receipts. We know that there's an EFCC case. It was established. And Peter has come out and stated that, look, there are receipts that nobody can prove he never took Paul to EFCC. Now, this is for confirmed. It's easy. Any company that is incorporated in Nigeria, you can check it out. I have checked it out. Yes, there is a Northside Music.
And there is also a Northside.
And it is as Peter said, it is registered with directors, Jude, and the wife.
Yes.
And you can see everything. It's not even hard.
So now this is also something I actually want to speak about.
It's never hard.
There was once upon a time, right? We had a lot of producer and artist clashes, right, in the entertainment space. I'll call on one that was quite popular, the Kiss Daniel, when he changed his name from Kiss to His, right? A lot of people were like, oh, why will you actually leave that name and everything? But it's something he had to do at that point. And I love the fact that he did it immediately. issue started.
Yeah.
And that's literally something you actually work out. And I know a lot of people have been wondering, okay, fine, why this place? Why can't you be settled? Obviously, these are things that have been going on into like in the background, and obviously what caused their distinct. But I'm saying these are grown men. This is how many years after their career has suffered. Why was this issue not addressed earlier? You're trying to cover up what? How for years your royalties are going to the brother and the wife?
He said he just discovered this.
That's just discovered it.
That's what yes.
How is it that you're releasing music, putting it on a streaming platform, you know royalties are coming, and you're just...
No, he said, look, the brother was managing it.
Yes.
And that's what he said, that they gave him, he was managing
That's
them.
what I'm saying, no matter what, due diligence.
That's how fraud happens. They were siphoning. It was these were royalties due to not side entertainment.
How would they tell you they no? Say they will ask to say no royalties.
Is it know what?
How?
When people in government, when ministries, when you hear that better, I do a lot of the rest. Is that how they used to do it?
Your songs are streaming daily. You are as popular as you are. My point is that you, as an artist, you also need to do your due diligence and contract and all of that. That's where it comes in now.
Any issue?
We have to wrap it up.
Artist or anything. Bad star. The law.
Okay, but there's still a lot of information we're yet to hear on this matter, and well, honestly, I don't even know what to say. This issue of siblings, we'll love to hear your thoughts. Use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC and let us know. Let's take a quick break, guys.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the grand comedian of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Gbenga Adeyinka the First. OJ right here, 7 of 7, like you already know.
Gbenga right here, 7 of 7, like I'm beginning to know.
It's now time for the question.
You don't scare me one bit. Bata bata, I go drink. So.
Of the winners of that edition.
Okay, so we're going to start this Tuesday, not in the usual way that you'd expect. We're going to have a performance now. We've got DX2, and DX2, how are you doing? Okay, DX2, talk to me about your music. How would you describe yourself, your style of music?
Yeah, Afrobeat dancehall.
I like the Afrobeat dancehall. Yeah. Okay, so interestingly, just a few days back, Buju Banton, who is an OG dancehall artist, he made a statement and said that Afrobeats they don't respect dancehall as progenitors. Like, how do I put it now? Okay, dancehall, he was talking about reggae, not dancehall now, reggae. He was talking about reggae being conscious music, Buju Banton reggae being conscious music, and then Afrobeats now has that top. Now I'm asking because you have different styles in your music. Do you think that Afrobeats as a genre of music, do you think that it should be more conscious or is moving away from what the Fela Kuti and all of that, the earlier ones? Do you think it's moving away and there's no substance now in Afrobeat, as it were?
I think Afrobeat right now has so many dimensions.
Okay. Okay.
But what makes it Afrobeat is the drum, that's the conga beat inside that beat. So that's what makes it Afrobeat.
Okay.
So, but inside that Afrobeat now we have so many so many genres inside it.
All right.
You have dancehall, you have a lot of them like that. You understand?
All right.
So, if he's saying Afrobeat is really moving away from, I think it's not correct in that aspect.
All right.
It's not correct.
All right, I like the way you put that. Okay, but you're performing Rwanda this morning, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's have you perform that. Take it away.
All the
The X2. Bad character. All the guys them line to this. Even my guys now bounce on this. DJ putting it on repeat. All my angels are bounce on this. All the guys them line to this. Even my guys them bounce on this. DJ banging on repeat. Sexy Diana, see your designer. See me for Rwanda, chilling with Tanzanians. We are wait, this is the date. DJ they make them the grace. As a wait, we are grace. Oh yeah, if we the ball like La Liga. Oh yeah, my music now na festival. Oh yeah, DX2 now Don Crucifixo. Oh yeah, make we do the leg over. Oh yeah, make we the ball like La Liga. Oh yeah, my music now na festival. Oh yeah, my music now Don Crucifixo. Oh yeah, make we do the leg over. I just want to Tanana with my guests from Panama. Coulda make you Langana, my music na bangana. I just want to Tanana with my girl from Panama. Coulda make you Dangana, my music na bangana. Sexy Diana, see your designer. See me for Rwanda, chilling with Tanzanians. We are wait, this is the date. DJ they make them the grace. As a wait, we like bass. Oh yeah, if we the ball like La Liga. Oh yeah, my music now na festival. Oh yeah, DX2 now Don Crucifixo. Oh yeah, if we do the leg over. Oh yeah, if we the ball like La Liga. Oh yeah, my music now na festival. Oh yeah, my music now Don Crucifixo. Oh yeah, if we do the leg over. Goes by the name DX2, goes on the beat, yeah.
right then, guys. Wow. Okay, Tuesday. Another tasty Tuesday coming your way right here on Wake Up Nigeria.
Well, she won't Mike.
She won't Mike. Well, Mike needs this information as much as you at home do.
Yeah.
And myself and Winnie are in the kitchen today because we've all been talking about how Winfrey's skin glows so bright. You know, she's always looking so slim and slender. Like, what is it that Winfrey actually eats? What is it that she drinks? What is it that she's doing to make herself look this good every single day? So what are the healthier options we can choose?
Let me just point it out that I'm at gunpoint right now.
Really?
Doing this at gun is.
You're not doing this at gunpoint?
The person that is holding the gun is aware.
Really?
Yes, he knows
Seriously?
himself. Yes.
But
he knows himself. I didn't call him, but you know yourself. Yes, of course. And of course, to be very honest, it's actually my pleasure to actually be here, sharing you guys one of my many recipes. So let me just say this. Once upon a time, I literally ran a business that literally sold salads and smoothies.
Seriously?
Yeah. So I'll say that smoothies are my go-to. Also, smoothies literally helped me get through the pandemic. So during the pandemic, I literally had a thing I do, social distancing with Winfrey, right? So I recorded and I posted on YouTube and all that. And if you go there, you see all manner of smoothie recipes. Because as I spoke about what was happening around, I also blended a lot of like smoothie.
Fruits, vegetables?
There was a time that the sound of a blender was literally like, in fact, it was like white sound to me. It just
like therapy.
Soothed me. I'm telling you, like therapy. So today we're literally making, you didn't ask me.
Okay, so Winnie, what are we making today?
So today we're literally making a simple, but I'll say the most balanced breakfast you can literally have, right? And it's something as simple as a banana oat smoothie.
A banana and oat smoothie.
Yes.
Great.
So the amazing thing about this recipe as well is that you can either make it as a smoothie if you're like me and you love to drink liquids in the morning, because of course you guys might have my giant tea mug here, and I mean I love
intimidating.
So when I'm done with that, the next thing I like to go in with is smoothie, because smoothies literally get digested faster, and a smoothie is a great way to literally get all your vitamins and fibers and proteins and carbs and all of that into one literally cup, and as opposed to eating all of that and everything. So we're making a simple banana.
So I think we should tell them the ingredients. We've already mentioned oat and banana, right?
Yes.
But there's a lot of other things here.
Yes.
So what's this? What's this? This is the one that's...
so that's chia seeds and flax seeds.
Chia seeds and flax seeds.
Yes. So chia seeds now, they're super high in antioxidants, right? And they are also fatty acids, healthy heart fatty omega-3 acids, right, for both of them. Right now, flax specifically literally has a whole, you know, damask, the fabric damask is made from flax. I know why. You know, damask is very expensive. Exactly.
So this is
like
probably a bit pricey.
Oh yes, flax is pricey, and it's really proteinous. It's high in antioxidants. It's anti-inflammatory. It has a whole lot, and of course, if you're a woman, it also helps regulate estrogen, and of course, if you're thinking of people that you can use it to prevent breast cancer, anything that has to do like with female hormones and things like that. So you have flaxseed for that. And of course, chia seeds that we all know as well, also very good, high in fatty acids.
So
and all of that.
I know that this is going to be like just like a garnish, but it's one of the biggest.
It's going in.
It's going in.
Right in. Yes,
seriously?
of course. Yes, of course.
Okay.
So that's the amazing thing about
this?
So that's cinnamon, right?
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon powder. A lot of people know,
digestion, right?
It aids digestion. It helps regulate your menstrual cycle and periods. It's a good aphrodisiac.
Ooh,
yes,
really?
Of course, yes.
I wish I knew that. Okay.
And it's really good. It's antibacterial, it's antifungal, it's really good for the woman reproductive organ as well. It's also good for males as well, so don't think it's only the woman's stuff, right? And it's good for acne as well.
If you have
so cinnamon,
pimples.
yes. So whether topical or oral, yes.
So now, of course, we have the almighty cashew nuts and granuts, which is more easy to find out there.
Yes, of course.
And this is milk, right?
Yeah, that's milk. That's coconut powder. Yes, which we're going to be making into a milk.
Okay, vanilla essence.
We have vanilla essence. That's Greek yogurt.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The
and
oats.
That's oats, of course,
And
that's
then
dates.
the almighty dates.
Dates, yeah.
Of course, the bananas are here. We're going to be putting together this lovely Banana and oat smoothie a la Winfrey Agbelishe.
Yeah, a la Winfrey Agbelishe.
We're going to be making this very soon. If you have some of these ingredients at home, why not join us as we go on this journey?
Yeah.
Stay with us, guys.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyinbo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call permanent solutions.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crumbs of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe is achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. Amadedoja Salamadini. I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
All right, then it's time for us to take our parenting conversation. And we have with us Bumi Oyewole. Now, she is an expert when it comes to speaking on issues like what we started discussing last week. And it was all about preventing sexual abuse in children. Now, there are some statistics that, some alarming statistics that talk about how it's more close family members or people in your immediate environment that are most trusted that you need to really pay attention to, especially when it comes to your children. Now, no one is pointing fingers at your family members, but the truth is paying extra attention to the interactions between your children and your family members is extremely key at this point. We have Bumi back with us this morning, Bumi Okishola. And it is a delicate topic to begin discussing at any point in time, but it is one that has to happen.
Definitely.
Now, we've come from the parents' angle last week, who they need to, look out for. But now you've decided that today we should talk about how the predators sort of look out for their prey. So I'm not sure how you want to begin this conversation. There must be a story behind this, how you want to begin.
Okay. Thank you very much, Titi, and it's so good to be back. So I felt we should go in this way because I realized that there is a system, predators or perpetrators, as we'll call them, used to groom children or prepare children for abuse. And I believe that when parents are aware of this information, they know the signs to look out for in people, it makes it easier to be able to prevent abuse, and this system is it's a full-blown system that predators usually use. They are patient enough to look for their victims. They are patient enough to go through the process of preparing the child, such that when it comes to the point of abuse, The child doesn't notice, and they don't groom the child alone. They also groom the family as well, or people who are connected to the child, such that there is no suspicions, they are not easily identified. And they do it in such a subtle way that if we are not aware, it's so easy to miss it.
Okay.
And I've worked with children a lot of times, and you see that the system, the process is similar again and again. I went through some form of abuse as a child, and looking back today, I can tick practically all the boxes and see how this process went on. So that's why I believe that it's really important, especially in times like that.
Can you give a hypothetical scenario of a particular child and the family situation he or she were in when abuse eventually occurred?
Okay, so one thing I must highlight here is that abusers can be anybody. I know I said that last week. And usually, according to statistics, it says 90% are people who are close to the family. So you find them in the home, you find them as caregivers, you find them as that loving uncle who is always, picking on a particular child, treating a child in a special way. And most of the times you see them isolating the child. They pick on a particular vulnerability of that child, and they begin to prey on that vulnerability and making the child see them as special. So you can see in a family, maybe there is one of the children who is sickly, or maybe one that doesn't do well so much, or there is this quiet one within the family, or there is this one that is just, an uncle comes and he picks on this one as, oh, my favorite girl, and you keep hearing those kind of flatteries, those kind of expression to this particular child.
Okay.
In those situations, that is where, I'm not saying you suspect everybody, right? I'm not saying that you become paranoid, but I'm just saying that there are specific signs you can look out for, and I would really want us to zero into those specific signs and how you can identify them in your child.
Okay.
I think one of the major parts we didn't talk about last week was the part of knowing your child. Because one thing that helps you know when your child is being abused or something is going wrong is that you have established that communication with your child, that safe space where your child can connect with you and communicate with you at every point for you to know what's going on.
So as children get older, their methods and modes of communication with their parents evolves. It doesn't exactly change, but it does change, but it grows or reduces depending on the personality of the child. We've talked about so many different aspects of this on the parenting segment over the years. So how do parents begin to identify when a situation is completely outside the box? So for instance, you have a child going from infancy to toddler to, young child, then to young, to tween, teenager, then eventually adulthood. So between the tween ages, where communication is supposed to be strongest between parents, what should they look out for?
Okay, so at that point, especially between the tween and the teen age, because mind you, relationships is built over time, right? And so you want to keep that communication line open such that at that point, you are basically, it's not the point where you're the disciplinarian, where you're shouting at the child. You are connecting with the child such that your child sees you as a safe space. I know one of the reasons why it was difficult for me to open up when I was going through this abuse was the fact that I didn't have that safe space with my parents. We didn't have certain discussions. So certain discussions felt like a taboo, especially when it comes to sex education. So it was difficult for me to tell my parents that, I was experiencing puberty, So those are the kind of conversations. You start having those conversations from when they're really young, and then you can build on it as they grow, such that if anything happens, you're answering your child's question. So no question is stupid. Do you understand? I believe that's where it starts from, that you can connect enough. I was talking with a parent, and she was telling me how a child was able to open up to her when an abuse started because she had created that safe space. They had had series of conversation on sex education. They have had series of conversation about puberty, who the abusers are. And it was just easy for the child to come to say that, Mommy, that thing you told me about, this person is doing, this person is touching me in a way I don't like.
So there is that worry that some adults have that if they introduce certain things to a child's mind or even a child's vocabulary, that the child would use them haphazardly and eventually, get people in trouble for no reason whatsoever. Now, there have been situations where
children are upset or angry at a particular adult or a particular person, or they just don't like a particular person, and just decide to get that person in trouble. There has been a worry of some parents. Now, we're not trying to say that these children are lying. We're just trying to say that sometimes kids overexpand on, or maybe stretch the truth. Let's put it that way. You know, what exactly do you believe is the best option for any parent at that point?
Okay, so one thing I want to say is that know your child.
Okay.
Such that you know what your child can do and what your child cannot do. And to a large extent, you want to put yourself in a position where you believe your child. And that starts from a place of building trust and relationship over time. Now, I know, like you said, I know that people think most of the time children exaggerate. But there is a particular age where that stops. And there is a particular period where you begin to see that this is going overboard because you really know your child. Now, if you don't believe your child, I've had a series of situations where children completely go off their family because there was a situation where they were not believed by their parents. So to a large extent, we will say in child protection that believe the child. Believe the child and investigate while you are investigating. You don't want to put a child in a situation where the child doesn't open up or the child closes up completely about real issues that you really want to know about. Because these are some of the things that the perpetrators prey on. The fact that they create a situation where it is hard to believe your own child. They build trust so much, they connect with the family or people who are related with the child so much that it's hard, they make it difficult for you to believe that they can actually prey on your child.
I've actually heard of a particular situation, I'm going to have to wrap up with this one though, where a particular girl had told her mother about her mother's boyfriend who was apparently abusing her, and the mother didn't believe her. And every time the man was in the building, in the house with her, she had to find somewhere to hide. Now, obviously, there's never enough time to talk about these things, but we would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on this particular matter. Thank you so much for joining us once again. Please use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and tag us WakeUpNigeria TVCE on Instagram with your thoughts. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back.
Entertainment to me is music. I love dancing. So I you know, cha-cha, salsa, hip-hop, contemporary African dance, and I love listening to music. So that's entertainment to me. And I love watching movies as well. So music, dance, and dance.
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon.
I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Barkamu da warhaka. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brown, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of your view are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social issues.
Attention, finance professionals and enthusiasts. Get ready to take your finance career to the next level.
Introducing the Account Tech Summit, hosted by the Techie Accountant, an initiative of the Lefort Foundation.
Join us for this groundbreaking event that is designed to revolutionize the finance industry and empower finance professionals in the digital age. Over 6 years, we've graduated over 1,000 professionals. Don't miss your chance to be part of this transformative experience taking place on August 15, 2024. at the prestigious 4 Points by Sheraton, Plot 910, Block 2, Oniru Chieftaincy Estate, Victoria Island, Lagos. Join finance professionals, entrepreneurs, policymakers, and more on a day of immersive learning, networking, and innovation. Register now and join us at the forefront.
Welcome back. It's the second hour of the best entertainment breakfast show on Nigerian TV. Hopefully our entrees in the first hour got you full of joy because, hey, we always have a smile on our faces and hopefully it's infectious. Hopefully we've been able to infect you with our smiles. Now we have a full course meal for you today and yeah, we are about to get to the dessert part of things. That's the one everybody is excited about. We are your feel-good companions this morning and that is how we put every experience together every single morning, painstakingly curated to make you that little bit happier. Now, my name is Titilayo Oyinso, and in the kitchen, we have the amazing, the marvelous Mike Messikeno, and the darling Danny, as Mike calls her. We're talking about Winfrey Agbeleche.
You are representing me.
How's it going over there? It looks like you guys are getting ready to do battle.
I don't
know why he's holding. Why are you holding knife?
Why are you holding knife?
You are representing me, the law. There's this issue that they came up with. They're siphoning money. So now, from what I saw today, I don't win the case.
I'm shaking my head for you.
But how far, man? How? Okay. What's
okay. That's coconut powder. So now I'm just going to turn that coconut powder into coconut milk. So feel free to use your coconut milk if you like.
Okay.
Or feel free to use your oat milk, whatever milk you want to use. Shall use it? Yes. As long as
okay. So Danny's making coconut milk from coconut powder.
Yeah.
And Mike, for some reason, is looking so calm and collected beside.
He trusts me. He trusts me.
I don't know.
He trusts
me. Looks like Mike is gonna have a smoothie today.
Yeah.
But if you are wondering how Winfrey stays so fresh and so beautiful, this is one of her secret recipes. You need to stay with us to see the rest of it. And of course, you can watch us absolutely live from anywhere across the world. Our mobile app is available for you to download on Google Play or iOS to do just that. You can, of course, watch us on GOTV channel 16, UHF channel 49, and StarTimes channel 121. And hopefully you're already following us on social media, talking about Facebook, X, Threads, Instagram, TikTok, even LinkedIn. Just search for TVC Entertainment. Stay in the loop. Subscribe to TVC Entertainment on YouTube so you can watch us live there as well if you need to move around. So as to what we have left on the show, birthday shout outs. Of course, we're celebrating you and your loved ones who are celebrating this month of August. We can't wait to celebrate you, all of you, a little later on. And of course, our health segment is a staple on Tuesdays right here on Wake Up Nigeria. Kemi Shokwe Agbebi, KSA, is a multi-potentialite. She's an instrumental force in the crossroads of career, social impact, coaching, and spirituality. Talking about someone who has an MBA from West Texas A&M University in the US and a bachelor's in pharmacy from Unilag in Lagos here. We're going to be touching base on the challenging the stigma associated with mental illness. Why is it that people are not speaking up? What are they afraid of? What is holding people back? We'll be discussing that later on. Tumininu Oyewale is a successful show businessman, entrepreneur, and so much more. And now he officially launched his brand in 2020. And before then, Don Crucifixo has been identified as a brand that is passionate about adding value and a force in the entertainment industry. This video is really colorful and features our very own friend of the house, Rotimi. Check it out. Okay, so Winfrey and Mikey are in the kitchen. I think that banana
an oat smoothie is coming to life. Am I right?
Yes, it totally is, Mike.
We don't turn on well.
You don't turn on.
Blend that
So
good water. Okay. So
yeah, of course. So basically, like for my smoothies, I don't like adding water right directly because I don't like to dilute. However, in this case, I'm just using the water to dilute the coconut powder, right? As I said, you can use whatever milk or whatever milk you like, right? This is actually this is vegan friendly, right? Because I mean, you're using literally fruits and oats and fibers and all of that. And as I said, this is actually one breakfast that literally has all the classes of food inside, in it. Yeah? So you get carbohydrate from the bananas, oats. You have proteins. Do you know oats actually has proteins in it?
Oats, eh?
Yeah, of course. Oh. And of course, for protein as well, Greek yogurt is definitely super good. That helps with muscle building, right? Do you take, like Greek yogurt is literally one whole meal.
You think anything made for the guest?
Now you sabi. All I'm just trying to tell you is that it has everything you need, from vitamins to carbohydrate, proteins, vitamin C. You can see that in. I mean, dates also really good, and this thing. So of course we have the alternative for this. You could use peanut butter. You could do peanut butter instead of using nuts, right? But then again, you can also substitute whatever nuts you want. If you want to use macadamia nuts, if you want to use any type of nut. Anyways, I'm going to start putting things inside the blender.
Okay, but for those just joining us now,
yes.
What are we doing?
We're making banana oat smoothie.
Okay, this is the Lord special banana oat smoothie. The Lord, the chef.
You know.
Yeah, let's go there.
Okay, so when I'm blending, I like to put the liquids first.
Okay.
So actually help the blades so that it doesn't clog up at the bottom. Because if you go in with our oats first, you know what could literally happen, right? Then after of course, let's our bananas go in next.
Bananas, eh?
Yeah, so I actually just diced them up nicely. This also depends. Some people use unripe bananas for this.
Unripe?
It depends, yeah. So if you're literally diabetic or you're trying to reduce... No, funny enough, banana fiber, unripe bananas are actually also good for you. Depends, but definitely not in large quantities, right? Yeah, because it has some starch that our bodies literally does not digest.
Yeah, there's maybe like the white something that is come out from it. It happens also in some plantains also.
Yeah, in some plantains as well. So just also eat it the way you eat like unripe plantain, maybe not absolutely raw. Do you understand? Because you're eating unripe plantain, you probably boil it or fry it and all of that just to make sure. So now this is 1 cup of oatmeal, and this is going in there. I expected you to ask me a question.
Okay.
People are used to cooking their oats.
You see why you are the love.
Chips.
You ask yourself, you answer yourself. But tell me, talk to me.
So of course, people are used to eating their oats, but oats are actually best consumed. The lesser the processing, the more nutritious it is. But this is also quicker oats, and we usually cook it for like just 2-3 minutes. The idea we cook it is because we want it to be a little bit softer. Just for our, but then again, you can eat oats absolutely raw, and it actually has no negative effects. So now this is dates. This can also be used, high in, in nutrients, right? But this can also be used as a sweetener. So you can either use dates or you use dried fruits. Raisins, or you could use honey or whatever. So I'm not just going to use a little and not too much. And of course, my nuts.
What did we do to the date? Did we wash?
Oh yeah, so I got this dates dried. So I was actually going to make tiger and all of that. So I got it dried and I soaked it.
You soaked it?
I soaked it in water for like a day.
1 whole day?
Yes, for a day.
What does it do?
It makes it soft and fleshy like that. Because the dry ones are really, really dry.
Yeah,
so exactly. So I soaked it in water for like a day, and then I de-seeded it, took the seeds out. Then, of course, your nuts as well. Depends on how much nuts you want. Just put it up. Then now,
what's this?
Flax seeds and chia seeds. Chia seeds, flax.
Chia that we use for tea.
Yes, exactly. So these are actually very good.
Chia, the brown one?
The tiny ones.
The black is the
tiny black,
that's
round ones, yes.
Then the brown one is what?
Yeah, it's the flax. Yes, of course. And it's very important that you know that you shouldn't consume this in high quality. In quantity, high quantity. And then if you're doing it, make sure you actually drink a lot of water as well. And so it's really also omega.
This is in your normal morning stuff. Do you put it?
Yeah, sometimes I do, but I'd rather have it in cereals. Yes. Then of course our star here, it's cinnamon.
Cinnamon, eh?
Yes. Cinnamon, good for your acne, good as antibacterial, antifungal. We all know it for its strong flavoring. So just put like.
Not too much.
As a teaspoon. It depends on your taste buds.
Your taste buds, eh?
Then this is vanilla extract.
Vanilla syrup.
Yes, to give it that nice
kick.
Yeah, that nice aroma.
Oh, aroma, eh?
Flavor.
Flavor. Okay.
More or less, yeah.
How about our Greek yogurt?
That's about it. Yeah, in this particular one, I will skip the Greek yogurt.
Okay,
for personal reasons.
For personal reasons. Do you
know how much Greek
you want to tell us more of this personal reasons?
I need to get the cover of that. This thing. But then, of course, you totally should go in with your Greek yogurt.
Okay.
A cup of Greek yogurt is good. Depends on how thick you want your... I don't want this one so thick.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you are the kind of person that likes a heavier breakfast, so you can definitely add up on your oats. You can have another cup of oats added and literally just have it. Another amazing thing about this recipe is that if you don't want it in a smoothie form, you can literally put everything and literally just cook your oats normally and add all of this inside and mix it all together, and you still have an amazing breakfast. Yeah, just, the main thing is that it's covered.
It's covered, eh?
So yeah, it's time to blend. Blend. Also, the consistency is based on what you like. So if you want it runny, more liquid.
You sure it's not put sweet?
No, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, and I think I'm good. That's how I like it, so yeah. Let's just, what are you doing, Mike? You've not seen blender before. I'm Maria. So yeah, I mean, if you want it smooth, keep blending. If you want it rough, yeah. And yeah, I think
you can add some water if you want it a bit.
If you want it a bit runny, but maybe add milk. Please don't be cheap. Don't add water. Thanks, and God bless.
Water is water.
Don't add water.
Water is universal.
So now see the consistency.
Ooh.
You see that? I can smell the banana and the cinnamon. And there you have it. Breakfast in a cup. Breakfast in a cup. This is your blender. All right, and there you have it, Mike.
There you have it.
Simple.
The law, the chef.
Get out.
The smoothie. The law.
Shame on you.
You have proven that, you're too basky. But yeah, that's wonderful. I love how all of this came together. And yeah, it's something that it's quite simple at the same time, but then when you know how to do it, and the reason why you should not put, I love that you told us why you should not put much of something.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Like maybe this one, you don't put this one, you don't put that one, and then this one you put it a lot and all of that. So I like it. I like it.
Thank you, Mike.
Wonderful. All right, so yeah, so that's it. Our smoothie is ready.
Yes,
we'll just take a very short time out. Let me heal the Lord, the chef there. We'll see you on the flip side.
November 22nd to the 24th. Join world leaders, heads of state, diplomats, ministers, governors, investors, policymakers, tech leaders, organizations, startups, and entrepreneurs from all over the world. To attend, visit www.globalentrepreneur.
Okay, breakfast in a cup has been completed. Yeah, we are really grateful. I'm always eating stuff in cups. Yeah, let's start our birthday shout-outs now. First birthday shout-out going today is for Abiola Adekunle Wasiu. 12th of August is your birthday, and this shout-out is from your lovely wife.
All that you prayed for this year, you will have. All that you wish for this year, you go get. Everything and more.
Happy birthday to Bello Mohammed. 14th of August is your birthday. Your mom, Mrs. Bello, is giving you this shout out.
All that you prayed for this year, you will have. All that you wish for this year, you go get. Everything and more.
Happy birthday, Dr. Willie Obiano. 9th of August is your birthday. Chief Mrs. Collins Obi is celebrating you.
This day is your day. I wish you all the best. This day is your day, and I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get.
I believe that's a former governor, if I'm not mistaken. Happy birthday, Idi Daudu. 13th of August is your birthday. Your little sister is celebrating you.
your day, and I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get
Imam Musa Bello. Happy birthday to Imam Musa Bello. 14th of August is your birthday. This shout out is coming from your wife.
This day is your day, and I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for.
This next birthday shout out is to Mr. and Mrs. Badmus. 12th of August is your birthday. Now this birthday shout out is coming from your children. Oh, joint birthday.
This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get.
Happy birthday to Olua Tobiloba Awodende. 14th of August is your birthday. Olori Kemlazi is celebrating you.
This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get.
Happy birthday, Omotola Yusro Adibi. Now, 13th of August is your birthday. This birthday shout out is coming from Mommy.
This day is your day, and I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for.
A very, very happy birthday to Pastor Tony David. 12th of August is your birthday. Aureolua Martins is sending this shout out.
This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you
Happy birthday, Ryan Chimezie. 13th of August is your birthday. And Mommy and Daddy are celebrating you.
This day is your day. I wish you all the best. This day is your day, and I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get.
Happy birthday, Samuel Okikiolua Aremu. 16th of August is your birthday. Daddy and Mommy are celebrating you.
And I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more.
Happy birthday to Sebastian. 12th of August is your birthday. Samuel is celebrating you.
This day is your day, and I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for.
A very, very, very happy birthday to Tamilore Downsy. 18th of August is your birthday. This birthday shout out is coming from your sister.
This day is your day, and I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for. This year you will have all that you wish for. This year you go get everything and more. Hey, everything and more.
All right. Happy birthday to each and every one of you. May this be your best year yet. May God keep you and bless you and meet you at the point of your needs. Plenty money, plenty small chops, plenty fun and games. It's going to be great. Just make sure you remember to send us our cake here at TVC. All right, then we have a quick break coming your way, but there's still more, so don't go too far.
It's your day. is your day. I wish you all the best. This day is your day, and I wish you very well. This year you will have all that you prayed for.
Wow. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Tuesday has been great so far, and it's about to get even better. Now, a lot of people shy away from having certain conversations, but not this lady. Now we have with us Kemi Shokwe Agbebi, KSA. She is amazing. She's a force at the crossroads of when it comes to career, social impact, coaching, spirituality. She is just packed full of knowledge in this particular field. And she's been speaking with us over the past week or so on mental health. We started last week with addressing the stigma associated with mental illness, and we're going to continue with that today. It's great to have you back in the studio.
Thank you, Titi. I'm glad to be here. How do you do?
I'm fine, I'm fine.
Great.
But for those that missed it last week, can we just do a very brief recap on this issue of stigma and why it exists, essentially?
Yeah, last week was really interesting. We talked about how no one needs to actually be stigmatized for speaking up about having a mental health illness.
Okay.
We try to define stigma. You know, stigma is when somebody treats you or sees you in a negative way because of your mental health illness, right? Yes, and we talked about how you shouldn't try as much as possible not to unify your experience with your person. So when you fail at things, it doesn't mean that you're a failure, you just experienced failure.
So I would really love for us to touch on the different situations people can find themselves in. So, for instance, stigma can come from many different places. But the worst one, I feel, is from family and family members. And if a person is dealing with something mentally and can't even speak with their family, how do they begin to even address the outside world?
Interesting that you asked that question, because in the last 2.5 years, engaging people and being a counselor, a coach, more like that, I've had people open up to me about issues that the closest people to them have no idea, right?
Okay.
As close as their parents, their family members.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering why they would trust a complete stranger with information like that, because many times it's confidential, so we don't see each other, right? And I'm hearing things that even the parents don't know. And there are some cases where I can't even let the parents know. And I can't imagine, I see these people every day. This person actually was exposed to this. So for example, what happens when your family member is actually the one that is the cause of your issue? For instance, in this lady's case, her dad has been abusing her till date. And you just finished the parenting session where the uncle, and I had a girl where the pastor molested her sister first. The sister opens up to her. Somehow the pastor molests her. By the time they go to their mom, the mom says it's impossible, they are lying. Right? These are true life stories. So you find that people are not equipped. It's not about if you're a family member or not. They are not just equipped about how to handle when somebody comes to you with a mental health illness. It's even more difficult if the person is like family to you, right? So parents struggle with believing that their children are going through addiction.
Sure.
I have a pastor's daughter in secondary school, deep into lesbianism, but the parents must not know. Because the first thing is the parents will freak out.
Of course.
I can't imagine. They feel like it's their fault. It's as a result of an issue they have that has transpired, a weakness on their part that resulted in the child having that. So many times, they're also trying to protect their family members. I don't want them to know that I've let them down, and things like that. So they would rather open up to a complete stranger.
So I want to come from the angle of the family members of someone who approaches them with any form of mental health issue at all. If you as a parent or a cousin or an auntie or an uncle are approached by someone, especially a younger person, who says this is how they are feeling, what should their response now be? Now they are armed with this knowledge that these are real life stories. There is that denial, that God forbid factor. But what should the response actually be to these situations?
Okay, so first of all, is to see the person first before the illness.
Okay.
But I'll say there's one, do not freak out, right? Okay. Do not freak out. Say, how can you? After all I did, I put in you and things like that. So that's, by the way, do not freak out. See the person first before you see the illness.
Okay.
So if a child comes to you and says, I've been struggling with addiction or lesbianism, you say, lesbian, yeah, apologies. But you say, don't tag them with that thing. You're a lesbian or you're having an issue with this. Okay. So always learn to separate the illness and
from
see
the person
first before the illness. So don't say, oh, he's a psychotic individual. You've unified it. You've labeled the person. Okay. And this is one thing that they struggle with. Okay. Why they don't want to open up many times, right? Sure. So see the illness or is suffering from a psychotic disorder as against is a psychotic person. Okay. So yes, they come to you, see the person first before the illness and treat it that way over time. The therapy is towards the illness, right?
Not towards the person.
Yes. Okay. When you help them to find that empowerment on their own, this is outside of you. It helps them to recover even better.
So what I'm hearing you say is once you address it as an illness that this person is living with, you begin to treat the illness, not treat the person.
Awesome.
Right? So if you, for instance, hear that a child has malaria, what do? You take the child to the doctor, you take the child for a test, do a diagnosis, and then you treat the malaria. But what I'm hearing you say now is that most people do not treat it like an illness. They treat it like a personality.
Yes. That's mental health illness. When you have a headache, you don't cut off your head. When you have a pain, a boil in your finger, you don't cut off your finger, right? So it's important that you're seeing it as an illness. And you said something very significant there. When you have malaria, you go for a diagnosis. So the next step might actually be to actually see a professional and have a diagnosis. Because what I've seen is that the young people of nowadays, right, I feel like they are not... I don't know how to put it, but I once engaged a lady that said, I have seasonal depression. They are so smart, yet not very educated. Okay. You know, when you just know things because you see them on Instagram. Yeah. So you have superficial knowledge about them and assume that you actually do know it. Sure. So I asked her, what is seasonal depression? She doesn't even know the meaning of seasonal depression. Yeah. And then you tweet things, you post online and say, I'm depressed. Almost like it's a thing, a lingua, right? So depression, mental health illness actually requires diagnosis, and there are professionals that do that. Right? So the next step will actually, on the part of recovery, or if someone opens up to you about a mental health illness, yes, you are not a doctor. If you're not a doctor, you want to take them, you know, in the direction of actually having a proper diagnosis. Okay. Yes, to identify. And then it will be treated as an illness.
As an illness.
For example, for all the...
So a lot of people assume that mental illnesses cannot be cured. A lot of people have that assumption. And I know that we can't really address that now, but in terms of percentages, just a statistic, if caught early, how much of a percentage of mental illnesses can be cured or resolved?
Yeah, so there are different degrees, you understand, but there's nothing impossible. That's what I always tell people. Okay. I've engaged several people who wrote me their last notes. I literally had the guy did a screenshot with the tears on the paper. You are the last person I'm going to talk to today because I'm about to end my life. So this person is at 0. What do you say to him at that point, right? So, but yes, he didn't. I've never, so far, all the suicidal victims I've engaged, I'm glad that none of them, and I mean, I thank God for that, none of them eventually committed suicide, right? Glory to God. So yes, I can't give a statistic, right? But there's nothing impossible.
We have to take a break at this point, but there's still loads to discuss on this particular matter. We'll be having you come back again next week to see how far we can go with this topic. It is a lot deeper than we can really address on the show, but please use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC and tag us WakeUpNigeria TVCE with your thoughts, comments, and contributions. All right then, guys. What a Tuesday. Let's take a break. We'll be back.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Say now you where I want anytime, any day. Give you my heart, I will go on my way. Time for you, give you my love, slave. You know I love you. Anything for you. The power of the love, I believe. 1,000 of the blessings I receive. I create the wave, I don't care who sees. You always knew, I always knew. You know. To this love, I'ma stand tall. Times that we had, even all the bad memories I was passing. I just wanna spend my life with you.
Round the world. Seeing new
places. Personalities we have in the house.
Of course.
Don Crucifixo. I don't know if I pronounced that well.
Yes,
You probably do the pronunciations. But we're talking about Tumininu Oluyole, who is a successful show businessman and entrepreneur who officially launched his brand in August 2020. He's a businessman, he's an artist, he's a general entertainer, all of that. It is great to have you. You are welcome.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys having me here on your show today.
Yeah. So let's see, business, music, which one came first?
Music before business.
How did it all start for you? Tell us the story.
Which one, the business or music?
Music.
Music.
Go ahead, tell us.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'm from a musical family, actually. Growing up as a kid, going to church, obviously, church choir, and then going to local community events back then. And then my older brother, the oldest in the family, Sean Dante, is musical, is in the music industry. Older sister as well, she's a gospel singer. Sheyoli of Dreamcatchers, because my papa have heard that before, my younger sister. So
I mean, it's a family thing. It just comes.
Correct.
Amazing.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's a great one. All right, so, but now let's just talk about this project. We had Rotimi. It's up to 2 years now we've had him on this show.
No, I don't think it's 2 years.
Last year. That was just last year we had Rotimi on the show. But this is good music and all of that. Talk to us about putting this collabo together with Rotimi.
Again, I think that's something that shows the growth that I've had in the last 4 years coming back into the musical industry. But I actually specifically wrote this I Believe song. It's one of the songs in my EP, 4 tracks EP. Tailored to him because of his musical prowess as well.
Yeah.
Most people say, wrote to me, oh, Power Dre, right? But they forget that this guy can sing.
Yeah.
And so I kind of noticed that, okay, well, me and him can actually mesh together. Now, that was a gamble in the beginning.
Yeah.
And when I wrote it, delivered it to him, less than 1 day response from him, damn, the collaboration, and the mesh was just so easy. And so, this is one of the easiest collaborations I've ever had. And again, I think the video and the music, speaks for itself.
Oh, amazing. Definitely does speak for itself. I mean, considering the fact that you speak about how, I mean, show business is not a plaything for you, right? It's something that you're used to. And that actually stands out in the fact that you say you wrote this music tailored to him, right? I mean, you want a collaboration with an artist, you write a song that literally speaks to his type of music and all of that. However, doesn't that bother you that your sound might be caught up in all of that? And then, first of all, what is your sound?
Well, good question.
Yeah.
That was why I wasn't too concerned about kind of like writing a song to him.
Okay.
I call myself an Afrofusionist. What do I mean by that? My song is kind of, Afrobeat.
Okay.
Learning from Fela Kuti, then going a little bit of, reggae with Bob Marley, and then I'll get into contemporary music when you see Usher and Drake. And so I kind of put them together. And so to me, I just want to create a beat and a sound that would resonate with my fans and kind of like still pushes out my message.
Okay.
I like that. I like that. And you said it was a 4-track EP. It's already out there?
Yes.
It's already out there?
Correct.
All right. Now, let's talk about your business part. You
Yes.
also mentioned that this is something that you've been doing from since you were young and all of that. How did you forge your business muscles and all of that?
And so, I think I'd had an interview last week. And they were like, wow, what's your story? Almost similar to this. I was like, well, I would call it from grace to grace and from the grace to gracious, right? Like, I was fortunate to go to good school. My parents suffered and did all of that, and then everything, boom, that's a real Nigerian story. So my dad, my mom, always already in the business. I was telling you earlier, I mixed drinks up when I was 10 years old.
You did?
And then take it to school and then sell it. Obviously, that got me in a lot of trouble back then. And so I think that was what I always remembered then, that really, I've always had this entrepreneurial spirit.
Yes.
You can do anything when you want. Sure you get.
Yes.
So when I did that, then gradually, went to school as an accountant, masters and all of that. I actually quit a big job to venture on my own.
Okay.
Failed woefully, but at the end of the day, I think that's experience.
Yes.
Failed woefully, but I think that was the resiliency that I really love about it. That doesn't make me scared of anything, right? I'm never scared.
I'm thinking about the kid, a 10-year-old kid.
Mixing drinks and
Mixing
selling
drinks.
to school.
In school, and I'm the parents. Back then, our parents are different from now. If my child should do that, or when we are going to put him in entrepreneurship. But then I know how much your parents could even think you're joining bad gang.
Yes, actually.
But that has definitely helped you in your music business, right?
Correct, because then I took an hiatus, I would say, music business. Remember the grass period. You can't, talking about being an artist and everything. It's just so hard for you to really, even like you said, our parents wouldn't even support it.
Yes, definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have to really show them something. So then I went through the business route.
Okay.
And then created Don Crucifixo Entertainment when I decided to come out. So I'm also the CEO of the label. We have a lot of artists in it. And so I decided to kind of, what? Let me just come back into what I'm good at, being an all-around entertainer.
Okay. So the business part of it for you was literally a route into the industry.
We route back into the industry.
So tell us, what has that journey really been like for you now? The business part of things are now stepping back in as an artist.
As an artist, while you're running that business.
Yeah.
I think that's what makes me who I am today. So, it's shy kid. Growing up, doesn't know what to do, went to Uniport, couldn't even finish school, right? And then all of a sudden started having business, then failed, and then, so all those experiences made me who I am. Even I'm still learning, but made me who I am today. And who am I? I am fearless, very creative person, and I don't take no for an answer.
Okay.
And at the same time, I do not go for less.
All right.
And so if you have this mentality, okay, I think that's why it made it a lot easier. So, okay, I have taken care of that. Now I'm coming to this. I'm not going to give you something that you hear every day. If you go listen to all of my songs, you would actually see the growth. This is the third EP. And so you see the growth. So that's, again, me. I have to be creative. And then you also see that I put a lot of hard work into everything that I do.
Yes.
And when I say that, 6 to 7 months for each track sometimes.
6 to 7 months for each.
I have
Nigerian
to,
movies, they don't stay that long.
No, I have to make sure that the details are there and all of that. So, so I think that's what made me who I am today.
Yes,
just for your fans out there moving forward, what can we look forward to? What are the upcoming projects that you're doing? What can people who love what you do, after seeing that video, what can they look forward to?
Good, okay, before I forget, so the name of the EP is called Believe in Forever. 4 tracks, Summertime, I Believe, with Rotimi. Then I have No Competition and Forever. So I am also a movie producer.
Oh, good.
Well, Don Crucifixo Entertainment, it's an entertainment industry. So we don't develop talents, we distribute, we actually have a couple of movies that should be coming out hopefully before the end of the year. We just shot one this year. It's called Mending. We have Nancy Simene, Olaomida, Demola Didoin, Eyina. So obviously, like I told you, I don't put out mediocre stuff. Look out for it. If you guys think it's not one of the best movies, I take you up on that when you see it.
Where can we see it? In the cinemas or streaming?
Well, we're working with, it's almost out for, I would, you guys would see it out there. But the goal first is to have, what's it called, a private screening in December, and then put it out to one of the big streaming platforms out there. Obviously, either Netflix or Prime Video, whichever one. So, and then we have another one called Transit. That's also out there. So, talking about those are the things you would see. I already have a movie out there called Privileged. It's on Prime Video. You can see that on Prime Video or Google Play. And so then I have
act in it, or you produced it.
You know what? Don't I look like a good actor?
Yeah, of course.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I even had to ask. Because you do quite a lot there.
Let's watch out for it. I don't know. And then so again, then I have some collaboration in music, obviously coming out there. So yeah, those are the few things that is in the offing for me.
You really have a lot going on.
Amazing, amazing. You've definitely taken the business in entertainment.
I'm telling you.
Held it with strong hands.
I'm telling you. Well done. And this is all of us here wishing you the best in all of these projects, because it's easy to put all of this together. I know how music alone can be challenging.
That is
movies alone challenging.
That is very true.
Baba, you now decided to put everything together.
That is very true.
Yeah. The real MVP. So well done, and this is us wishing you the best.
Thank you very much.
So I don't know. You made mention about mixing drinks, yeah? We saw us putting something together. But something very healthy.
Any drink, please, no.
There's a different type of mixing. We should be specific. Like fruit stuff with nothing like alcohol in it. Exactly. Thank you for bringing that up, because that can be.
So no, I mean, we're talking about spending 6 to 8 months on a song or on an EP. Now, how long has it taken for the movie to come together?
Okay, Transit was shot 3 years ago.
Okay.
If I am up 2 years. 2 years, something like that. So you can see how challenging that can be.
Yeah.
We just shot Mending this January again. It's going to be coming out. The goal is to bring something out, but I work with, shout out to Robert Peters. You guys probably might have heard that name before.
Yes.
He's a mentor of mine as well as my director, and him and I into business together as well. But one thing I think he also taught me in my career is that sometimes patience is great. Actually, I lied.
It is.
All the time. Patience is great.
Every time,
And then at the end of the day, quality and data. So that's why I said you would never see me put something out there just because of the cloud and stuff. It's for the details. And so, yes, it might take a while, but it's because we have to make sure that.
Of course, absolutely. I think that's what we even need in the Nigerian movie space. Like, we need people paying attention to that detail. So it's time for you to try out our mix in the kitchen, breakfast in a cup.
Okay.
So let's head over there.
Yeah, that's a vibe.
Yeah, it is a vibe.
Don Crucifixo.
Yes.
And of course, we had the Lord, the chef.
Yes, sir.
Put this together.
Together.
It was something else, man. So, I don't know.
Yeah, we'd like for you to try out our banana oat smoothie.
Yeah.
The straw is there, but in case it's tough, you can use the spoon
to
and just scoop it out.
Okay, well.
So we just have oats in there, bananas, chia seeds, flax seeds, vanilla, cinnamon, coconut milk, and just healthy stuff, basically.
Okay.
So have a taste. So what do you think?
We have dates in there as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So that's very. That all the ingredients sounds healthy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Being somebody that we talked about it already, always on the go.
Yes.
I can sit down for a really nice meal or whatever, and I usually drink. I think this now, no, kidding.
No cap.
No cap in here.
Yeah.
This really tastes good.
Wow.
No, really good, and I'm not capping.
Okay.
This really tastes good.
Thank you. And it has a lot of bananas for all the energy you need to produce everything you need to produce.
Yes, so.
Yeah.
The Lord, the chef.